Good morning, everybody. I hope you were all fine and enjoying your holidays at home. Make sure that you should drink plenty of water, fruit juices, and take rest. And your teachers are there to help you with the video lesson. Today, we will recapitulate the chapter punctuation, that is chapter number 14, page number 88. You can take your book also. Okay. Why should we use punctuation mark? To give clarity to our writing, to give clarity to our commands. Okay, that's why we use punctuation mark. If we don't pause while speaking or while writing, it looks odd, so it's very important to give a pause, and for this we use punctuation marks. Okay, it gives clarity to our writings, to our words. Okay, so you have learned about various punctuation marks like comma. This one is comma. C-O-double-L-A. This one is comma. Question mark. That is exclamation mark. Full stop. And apostrophe s. Apostrophe. Okay. Apostrophe. Okay, you have learned about these punctuation marks in your class. These are comma, question mark, exclamation mark, full stop, apostrophe. More punctuation marks are there, but in your book these marks are only mentioned. Okay, and you all know it very well that each and every sentence starts with a capital. If you are writing a cat, then a should be capital. A cat is jumping on the fence. Suppose on the fence. A cat is jumping. Right? Cat is jumping. So the first letter of the sentence R should be in capital. Okay. And you have already learned about sentences, assertive or declarative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence, etc. And you know it very well. After completing a statement or declarative sentence, you should give a full stop. So full stop is punctuation mark. Both the chapters are interlinked. Okay. So if you are writing any statement, it should be started with capital letter and must be end with full stop. Okay. Comma. We use comma for certain reasons. Look at the board. So I am rubbing the other punctuation marks. We are focusing on comma only. Comma. When should we use comma, or when will we use comma? We use comma to express pause. To express what? To express pause. Okay. If you want to give a pause or express a pause in your sentence or in your expression or in your address, means while you are addressing somebody, if you want to give some pause, if you are writing anything and if you want to give some pause, in that case you have to use comma. So when should we use comma? We will use comma to express pause. Second part, we also use comma to separate things. To separate things. Suppose if I write come in, I hope you can see the board. If I write come in please. Okay. If I write come in please. So after in we should give a comma to give a short pause. Come in please. Okay. So in this sentence we are using comma to give a short pause. We use comma to separate things, like suppose if I am writing I like to eat apple, orange, banana. Okay. Orange, and banana. Orange and banana. And sorry, one second. Apple, orange and banana. So I am giving a list of fruits. So while you are getting a list of things or fruits or whatever it is, you give a comma to separate the things. So between apple and orange I am giving comma. But one thing you must remember, before and you should not give any comma. Before the word and, before the conjunction and, you should not give any comma. That is the condition. So we use comma to give a short pause. In this first sentence you can see that please come in. After please we should use a comma to give a short pause. Second thing, we use comma to separate things, like I like to eat orange, apple and banana. So between orange and apple you should give a comma, but make sure that before and you should not give any comma. Okay. And third thing is that when we are addressing somebody directly, in that case we use comma after the name of the person. Rohan, please come in. So after the word Rohan we should use comma. Okay. But one thing you just remember, if I write Rohan, please come in. Rohan, come in. So after Rohan I am giving comma because I am addressing Rohan. And while we are addressing somebody, after the name of the person we should give a comma. But if I write Rohan is writing a letter, Rohan is writing. So that time you don't give comma after Rohan because this is not an address. This is a normal statement. Rohan is writing. Means after completing the sentence you have to give full stop. But Rohan come in means I am talking to Rohan. I am addressing Rohan. That means after Rohan I have to give comma. So we use comma for three reasons. First one, to give a short pause. Second one, to separate things. And third one, to address somebody directly. Okay. I hope this part is clear to you. Next, we will learn about apostrophe. But if you have any confusion regarding comma, then you can ask me without any hesitation when we will meet again next week. Okay, but I hope there should not be any confusion because you have already done your class, and today in this video lesson I am also providing. Okay, so I hope there must not be any confusion, but if there is any confusion then you can ask me. I am always here to help you. Okay, so let me give you a sentence. Our teacher brought a book, copy, pen, and pen for me. Okay, look at the sentence very carefully. Our teacher means O must be in capital because the first letter of a sentence must be in capital. Our teacher bought what? A book, copy and pen. So there are list of things. Okay, you can see list of things there, book, copy, pen. So the system is we use comma to separate things. So we must give a comma after book. Can we give comma after copy? Do you know? Can you tell me, can you give? No, we should not give because as per the rule we cannot give comma before and. If you give then it will be wrong. Okay, so you should not give. So if there is the word and, before the word and you should not give any comma. For me means the sentence is complete, so you have to give a full stop after completing a statement or declarative sentence. You all know that declarative sentence means statement. Okay, sentence that states something is called a declarative sentence. So, I brush my teeth twice a day. I like to play football. We are dancing. They are laughing. These are all examples of declarative sentence. So, these type of sentences always starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. That is the condition that you should remember. Okay. I am connecting two chapters. First one is punctuation and second one is kinds of sentences. I am intentionally connecting both the chapters because while checking MCQ, I have seen that some of you are having confusion regarding kinds of sentences. Some of you don't have clear idea about kinds of sentences. So intentionally I am punching both the chapter. Okay. So declarative sentence means sentences that state something. If you are getting any declarative sentence, that means the sentence will start with capital letter and ends with full stop, and these are the part of our punctuation classes. Okay. Next. So I hope you have learnt about comma and you don't have any problem regarding the use of comma. So we use comma for three reasons: to express a pause in our writing, number 2, to separate list of things, and number 3, to address somebody directly. Next, I want to give you one more sentence. Please stand up. Rohan. So, after please stand up, you should give a short pause, means comma. Okay. After please stand up, give a short pause, that is comma, because this is a direct conversation. Okay. Or this is an address. So somebody is addressing Rohan. So please stand up. After stand up, give a comma, and after Rohan, give a full stop. And Rohan must be in capital because it is proper noun. Okay. Whenever you are doing punctuation, something is keep in your mind that a sentence always starts with capital letter. Okay. If you are writing or using any proper noun, then that proper noun must be in capital. Wherever you are using it, and maybe at the beginning or maybe at the middle, wherever you are using a proper noun, it must be written in capital, because we all know it very well that proper noun starts with capital letter because they refer special names. Okay, they are special names. So first thing is that you should start a sentence by using capital letter. Second thing is that whenever you are using a proper noun, maybe at the middle, maybe at the beginning, maybe at the end, it must be in capital. Third thing, wherever you are writing I, this word I, pronoun I, wherever you are using the pronoun I, you must write it in capital. Maybe in middle, maybe at end, okay, maybe at the beginning, wherever you are using this pronoun I only, you should write in capital. Second thing, if you are using the word and, okay, don't give comma before it. Don't give comma before and. I am writing. Don't give comma before the word and. Okay. And interrogative sentence. Okay, I am rubbing this part. I hope you have noted down. So I am giving down time. If you want to note down, you can note down. Okay. I hope you have written. If there is any interrogative sentence means sentences that ask questions are called interrogative sentence. If there is any interrogative sentence, then after completing the interrogative sentence, you must be question mark. That is called question mark. Okay. What is your name? How are you? These are all questions. If any sentence asks question, these types of sentences are regarded as interrogative sentence, and if you get such sentences, you have to use question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay, got it? Very good. If there are imperative sentences like suggestions or orders are there, like orders, commands, advice, request are there. In that case, you after completing the sentence, you use full stop only. Like, do not run in the sun. It's an advice. So after completing such type of sentence, give full stop. Please give me a glass of water. It is also an imperative sentence. So after completing such kind of sentences, you give full stop. Okay. And in case of exclamatory sentences means sentences that show feeling or emotion. Emotion of what? Maybe happiness, maybe emotion of sadness, maybe emotion of disgust, surprise, anything. Okay. If you find any sentence is showing or expressing emotion, then you have to use exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. Alas, he is no more. So if you are using exclamatory sentences, you have to use exclamation mark. That is very important. Okay. So in interrogative sentence, at the end of the interrogative sentence, you should use question mark. At the end of the or at the middle of the exclamatory sentence, wherever you are showing the feeling, wherever you are giving stress, there you can use exclamation mark. Okay. But in case of assertive and imperative sentence, you should give a full stop. Okay. I hope the punctuation marks means comma, full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, capital letter. These parts are clear to you. Let's move towards the apostrophe. Apostrophe. This is the sign. This sign is known as apostrophe. When should we use apostrophe? We use apostrophe to show possession. Possession means to show that something belongs to somebody. Possession means belonging. We use apostrophe to show possession or belonging. Possession means belonging. Something or something belongs to somebody. Okay. First part, you should remember that we should use apostrophe to show possession or belonging. When there is a singular noun, when there is singular noun, we use apostrophe plus s. Okay, like pencil. This is a singular noun. Okay. Sorry. Boy. So sorry for that. Boy. Boy is a singular noun. If I write, this is the boy's pencil. Means in singular noun, if there is any singular noun, we have to use apostrophe plus s. Okay. In case of singular noun, we have to use apostrophe plus s. Suppose this is the boy's pencil. Boy is a singular noun. So whenever I am writing about the position of the boy or the pencil of the boy, we are writing this is the boy's pencil. The system is we should add apostrophe plus s with the singular noun. Okay. The dress of a girl means the girl's dress. Okay. The house of the lady means the lady's house. Okay. If there are plural nouns, like girls, boys. Okay. If there are plural nouns, in that case, only you use the apostrophe. No need to add any s. Okay. No need to add any s with the plural noun. No need to add any s. No need to add. Okay. If you are getting plural nouns, that the case no need to add any s after the apostrophe. You just only use apostrophe. Rina stays in the girls' hostel. G-I-R-L-S. Girls is plural number, so girls' hostel. Okay. Next, if there is any proper noun that ends in S, okay, like James. If I write, this pen belongs to James. Belongs to James. This is James's pen. So if any proper noun ends in S, and you are writing about him or her, then you have to add apostrophe S. Okay, like James's pen. Okay, Charles's pencil. So if there is any proper noun and the proper noun ends in S, you have to add apostrophe S. In case of singular noun, you should add apostrophe S. In case of plural noun, only use apostrophe, no need to add any S. In case of proper noun, the names, if the names ends with S, then you have to use apostrophe S. Okay, these are the systems. And you have also learnt about the short form like I have. The short form is the short form of I have. Okay. We will. That is the short form of we will. Sorry, when we are writing short form, we also use apostrophe. Okay, that is the short form of I have, that is the short form of we will, that is the short form of he is, apostrophe S. Okay. You should study the chapter carefully. Okay. The condition is that you have to study hard. That is the point. After studying hard, if you are having confusions, then come to me. I will clear your doubts obviously. But you have to study. Don't tell that ma'am we have not understood. Okay. That is not expected from you. Okay. I hope you have understood the lesson. Still, after studying hard, if you are having confusion, that time you come to me. I will try to clear your confusion. Okay. I hope you have understood the chapter well. If not, then contact me next week. This is for today. Bye bye. Have a nice day.